You're gonna.
Welcome to the PowerTrip podcast live. You're tuning in today for our Thursday evening chat with your host
Charmaine.
and Saquon, of course.
Welcome back, guys.
Welcome back. It's another Thursday.
Happy Thursday.
Yes. Tomorrow's Good Friday, so
yes,
this should be a lovely night. Before we get into it, we just want to let you know that every Thursday we get together to discuss controversial topics surrounding family relationships in our community with the goal to strengthen communication skills, expand our perspectives so we can gain greater understanding, and last but not least, we want to build exceptional families so we can uplift this world that
we live
us.
in. Yes.
Right.
Alrighty. Hey, Boo Biz.
What's up, Janae? How you doing?
Oh, I was going to see if you were going to play the thing.
What thing?
The intro.
Oh, I forgot.
It's okay. Yeah. How are you, Boo Biz? Okay, we have, of course, some wonderful topics like every week.
I wonder why that looks like that.
At the bottom?
Yes, that looks blurry.
Yeah, that is looking a little blurry. Booby, does the banner at the bottom look blurry to you?
But also, if you're new and just checking out the PowerTrip podcast or this Thursday evening chat, make sure you like and subscribe. And watch all our videos.
Yes.
Get in tune. I'm blessed and highly favored. How are you both?
Same.
We're great.
Yes.
Doing great.
Living good like we should. No, she said it looks fine. Okay, so it's just on our end. Good. As long as it looks good.
But
thank you.
Oh, thank you for letting us know that, Janae. But tonight should be a cool night, just like every night we get on. We got a few topics for tonight.
Yes, I'm just sharing it on Facebook. Sorry.
I didn't do my sharing either. But the first topic that I guess we could probably get into for tonight.
Hey, Dolly.
Hello, my G.
All right, just sharing it really quick. Perfect. All right. So, what do you want to start with, honey?
We could start off with Too Sexy.
Too sexy for my shirt. Oh, goodness. Okay. So, let's start off. When you get into a relationship, marriage, just dating, do you think that you should tone down your sexy for your partner? Let us know in the comments, and we're going to play a quick clip.
We don't have a clip for that.
Oh, okay. I'm kidding. I thought that's what you were doing. What are you doing?
What you mean what I'm doing? I just look. I just was doing something. I got this.
Oh, I didn't even see that change. Yes. Okay. He's feeling himself. Someone got a little something in the mail, so he, capping down. Hey, Gabe.
Why you always telling everybody business? See?
Hey, April Fools. Right. Thanks, you cousin Let. Hey, Khalik. Hey, everyone. Thank you guys for joining us. So let us know and
what's up, everybody?
So let us know in the comments. Do you guys think, and I guess it mostly affects women, like toning down your sexy once you get in a relationship, because men don't really. Well, we can say.
Not. I mean,
okay, Gabe, we appreciate you.
I guess you could say something about toning down the sexy.
Well, I will say
I had to tone down my sexy.
I will say there's certain things that guys wear that could be a little revealing.
Or don't wear.
So, like a shirt?
Yeah. Oh, okay. You don't like that?
No, honey, no.
You don't like when I come out the house and the sun be on me, I'm listening.
Showing my goods to the world. Okay, so do you guys think that once you get in a relationship, marriage, that you should tone it down? So what do you? Or I'll let you finish sending, and I'll answer first. Or you want to answer?
You can answer.
Okay.
Let me know.
All right. So me personally, it's kind of a mixture because I feel like, especially men, you guys typically go for women who are dressed a certain type of way, or you're attracted to women. I won't say you go for women. So you're attracted to women who dress a certain type of way, and you may even see me looking like, a little hot tamale mala. No, I'm kidding. But so it depends on like how'd you meet that person, and were they dressing this way prior to you guys getting together? Now, as a woman, I do feel like out of respect, you should, like, if you always kind of dress provocative, I feel like it depends on, is that your style or are you really trying to attract men?
Right.
Because there's a reason why women dress the way they dress. Some women just enjoy that type of style. Other women, they are doing it to gain attention. So I feel like if your goal for dressing that way is to gain attention, then I think you should tone it down, because now you're in a relationship. You don't need to go out and gain attention. But I do feel like if that's how you met the person, then you shouldn't get into the relationship and expect a whole bunch of changes. Hey, Aunt Chi-Chi.
Hello.
Keep the sexy. That's what Poppy digs about me. He calls me sexy.
I agree. So you can't meet a woman that like is super revealing. You met her super revealing. I don't think you could. That's tough though. No. You know what? No. I'm gonna say super revealing, because I don't think certain women would go as far as others.
Right.
At any point in time. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, there's certain things that in general some women won't wear.
Yeah. So if I met you doing stuff like you been already going over that hump, and I'm the one that came to talk to you and I chose to go further with you, then I can't say nothing.
Yeah.
It's nothing I could really do, because this is why I came to you and this what you've been doing. Wow.
That's what attracted you.
Right.
And then it's like, okay.
So I don't think, no. I can't say you can't say because that's what attracted me. You can't say that.
But okay. So some guys say, oh, I don't want my woman dressing like that. But they have, wandering eyes looking at all the other women dressed like that, but don't want their, woman dressing like that. So it's kind of like, as your woman, then it's kind of like, so if that's not what you're attracted to, you want me and you want me to dress modest, why are you staring at that?
I don't think that guys look at those females the same way. Even the guy that ended up in a relationship with someone that was dressed like that, right? I think that his intentions turned after he got to know her on a deeper level.
So it was the attraction that kind of was the first thing that brought him in, but then getting to know her.
Yeah, but the attraction is different. You understand what I'm saying? Well, I think men have a different type of attraction for different type of people. Like, and not a different type of attraction, but the way they are approaching people, they approach people different based on that person.
How they carry. Oh.
Yeah, based on how that person carries themselves, in my opinion.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? Because if you got to think about it, the girl in the club that is wearing revealing clothes and she throwing it back on everybody, that guy that walks up to her is not looking for a wife.
I mean,
at least he's not approaching her.
But then that wouldn't be the guy to be, they're not dating. So he couldn't expect her. He wouldn't be the guy saying you should change or tone down your sexy. If he's not looking for a wife, he's just looking for,
Yeah, but not to say that she's not a good person, or not to say that.
Well, it's not saying anything. We're not saying anything about the girl.
That's what I'm saying. But they might end up talking one day and just not talking like in like a relationship. They might end up talking and having a conversation just outside the club. You know what I'm saying? And things may be deep, and he may think like, yo, like, I might like her, but I don't like that.
Yeah,
part of it.
Well, that's part of her.
And she can ask, and he can ask that, but that's up to them.
Yeah. Anjichi says, I think changes you make for someone else and not your own self eventually lead to resentment. I agree. Booby says, look at Kim and Kanye. He didn't like the way she would dress after they had North because he didn't think it was a good example. And that one's a tough one too. But look how he met Kim. Yeah. And how he had her in his music videos and all of that.
Yeah.
So that's tough too then, because a lot of people change after they have children. and their perspectives changed, morals may, I don't know if they change or like resurface. But that one's tough. And I think part of it though is respecting your spouse, because you don't want to do anything really that your spouse doesn't like, or that you like is going to be kind of disrespectful. If, for example, if you're dressing a certain type of way and it's attracting attention, now my mindset is like, I can't control what other people do. I can only control myself. But if you know how your dressing is going to draw in this attention, to avoid it, I feel like there can be a happy medium.
True.
So
I believe that.
Yeah. So, and then also for men. So we didn't even really know about this, but we were talking with our friends and they were talking about like the gray sweatpants and how like, because of how I guess the sweatpants are, you can kind of see the imprint of the man's, love below. So one of our friends, she won't allow, like her husband can't wear gray sweatpants, and he has it to where, she can't wear leggings unless like she's working out. So in that situation, I guess it can go vice versa for the man. Like if the woman knows, and nowadays, I mean, because I didn't know it was a thing really, but nowadays it's like women are even, looking, because when guys take pictures and stuff, like women will comment about like seeing the guy's figure and stuff like that. So now men have to tone down their sexy.
Yeah, because they don't, and that's the thing too. It's hard because you could say, all right, well, I've been wearing these sweatpants, but now the times have changed, and now you got people commenting like that in public. Maybe it was being said behind closed doors before.
Or thought. Maybe
like, it's an adult conversation with some woman. Maybe they might say, oh, you seen a lot of, maybe it's already been happening. But now things have gotten to the point where they're publicly commenting.
And so I think if there's a balance to it. So I don't think you should necessarily have to change who you are for, unless it's changing for the better. I don't think you should necessarily have to change who you are for someone else, but I do think you should have respect for yourself and for your relationship. And if something bothers your partner, have a conversation, see what the issue is, and out of respect, if it's not like a drastic change, like if they're saying, you have to wear turtlenecks and, be fully covered like that. Like there should be a happy medium, but to where you both feel comfortable and you don't feel like you're losing your sense of style. But it's respectful, especially if they can explain to you why. Like with the print or the gray sweatpants, like if you can explain why, it's like, okay, that makes sense. Or maybe wear a different type of boxers or something like that. But you guys could compromise and at least have the conversation and respect your partner's thoughts.
And that's tough too. That's tough too. Cause I would be like for me, I never looked at it too much as an issue, but, and not just people looking, I've never thought about that. But it would be tough where it's like, if this is what I did all our relationship, right? Now somebody come and told you this is a thing. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And somebody came and told you this was a thing. I don't put no pictures online about it. I mind my business. I go my way. Nobody's talking. Nobody's approaching me throughout the day, and now all of a sudden, because somebody told you that this is a thing, now I can't wear sweatpants no more.
But I don't think that would happen.
What you mean?
Like I never told you can't wear no sweatpants.
No, I know, but that's what I'm saying. That could be a thing. Because it in a way that would be that situation. Is he's doing that and maybe nobody's approaching him or anything.
Yeah, but I mean it's the same thing with a woman. Maybe no one's approaching her, but it's in your mind. Not everybody gets approached. People may look, but that doesn't mean they're getting approached. So it could be the same vice versa. They could just be dressed a certain way where they're getting looks and not necessarily approached.
I guess. That's hard to see with women.
But it happens. Not every woman gets approached just because she's dressed a little showy. But yeah. So what do you guys think? On Chi-Chi and Booby, you guys gave... Well, Booby, you told us about Kim and Kanye. What do you think? Should you tone down your sexy, or did you feel like you toned down your sexy once you got in a relationship? Oh, Mommy gave her opinion too. Thank you guys all who did put your input in. And for our fellas, did you feel like your spouse or your significant other tone down their sexy just naturally, or did you ask them to once you guys got in a relationship?
Right. Yeah, but that's
honestly, I just feel like it comes down to a conversation and the why.
right.
Like, if you are dressing a certain type of way, men or women, to get attention, then, and that's not just truly your style, like you really dressing that way.
You doing it purposely.
Yeah, that's not something that you should continue to do once you're in a relationship.
Honestly, with that don't even make sense.
Yeah, well, people do it.
I mean, people do it, I know, but that goes against why you would be in a relationship, right? Completely, to a certain extent.
Right, if you keep dressing in a certain type of way for attention.
Right.
Yeah. Luby said, yes, personally speaking, I did have to change the way I dressed. Mommy said, were you... Oh, gosh.
Oh, man.
Hey, Navarro.
What's up,
Navarro says, who are you being sexy for? It's supposed to be for your spouse. I agree. And that's why I think, too, it's like, so, okay, then let's further this then. So if you are, looking nice and delectable for your spouse, is it okay if you're with your spouse to turn up your sexy? So is there a difference between if you're going out with your spouse versus not with your spouse? Aunt Chi-Chi says, both of us are pretty shy conservative, so it wasn't an issue really. Okay. And Gabe says, turn it up. I know where her night ends.
So I kind of feel like that, and then I kind of don't. Like, as far as turn it up, I know where her night ends. I kind of feel like that, but then I feel as if, what's the difference? Because the same way how I would feel like if you was by yourself, right? Basically, the first part of the equation goes into play, even though you still there.
What's the first part of
the equation? First part of the equation is the guy looking and having some thought or whatever it is that would have made him walk over there or anything like that, or made him go approach you. That all just went into play.
So then why would you feel like you would want to turn up the sexy?
I think maybe you saying turn up the sexy, but I mean, if it's just already sexy, we don't need to like, nah. If you already sexy and then you think that with me, we going to be doing extra, nah, you're not going to do extra.
Okay. So
that's what you mean by why I think I'll turn it up? Well, no,
because you said you agree with Gabe, turn it up.
I would say his turn it up was from being shy conservative.
No, that's not what he was talking about.
Or average to turn it up to sexy. Not be from sexy to not sexy. That's all I was thinking. Sexy and not sexy.
So do you think it's a difference between being sexy with your spouse versus by yourself?
Do I think it's a difference?
Right, because
it's not a difference. No.
Because you still get attention. So it's basically the people looking is what
you don't want. Why? It's for me. It's for me. Nobody else.
Nobody else.
If when we out in public, right? I can't do what I could do to you in private, in public. You understand what I'm saying? I can't do it. So everything that I will enjoy would be in private.
Okay. I like that answer, actually. Navarro also says, as men, we are the protector. Why would I want my wife to be looked at in negotiate or a subjective way? Mommy said, turn down for what? Ask Poppy. I keep it sexy for him, especially when we go out. He loves my look in and out of the house. But I feel like your sexy isn't like provocative sexy, Mom.
No.
And I agree with that. I think with you, hun, where it's like certain things are for private.
Right.
Like nowadays, you can go online and people are so desensitized to, I guess, women or what's considered sexy because you see it all over.
Right.
And so there's nothing sacred anymore. There's nothing that Poppy says she sure does. Hey, Poppy. But there's nothing left like for mystery or like, you know, that you don't give anybody, like people just know, like they can go on social media nowadays and most women, not all, but a lot of women, they post pictures where they're showing a lot. And so everybody just kind of knows what you're looking like.
Right. And then you got to also think about it. Like it's different. I think it's different levels of sexy. And
I guess it would depend on what your definition of sexy is. Right. Yeah, you're right.
Because I do think that some people could pull off a sexy look and not be wearing.
Right. Not be productive. You can be sexy and be clothed.
Exactly.
That's very true.
You know, it all just. It all just matters. It's what level you going to and why you doing it and things like that.
Yeah.
You know, and what's the style of sexy that you're choosing to be.
Yeah. Yeah. Navarro says, nah, most women show too much. Yeah. Today, most women show too much. But I agree, like you can still be considered sexy, not showing a lot.
Right. Because for me personally, you know, and I think we had this conversation with Navarro and I don't mind if the girl have tight jeans and if she just got a big butt and the jeans is tight and it show off. I mean, it for me, right? Mm-hmm. Personally, I feel like it's nothing I can do about that.
Yeah, I think that's another thing because I think it was a battle for me too. I feel like if you're just shaped a certain type of way and hey Dame,
what's up Damien,
and you're wearing just fitting clothes, like maybe not tight, like where you know you sit down, like you jump into getting them things, but like fitting.
Yeah.
So and it just shows your shape.
Right.
You shouldn't have to wear baggy things or you know loose stuff because you're trying to hide your shape.
Right.
I feel like in today's day and age, we are so hypersexualized that people look at it and may think with perversion.
Correct.
Versus it's just like, that's just a woman's body, you know, like there's nothing about our bodies. Yes, they can be sexy and everything, but they are just our bodies. Like correct. Everybody has, you know, every woman has a behind, all different shapes and sizes. Every man has,
and no man,
you know,
no man want to be able to go to his wife or his girl, right, and go like to the butt of her jeans and be able to shake them. Nobody want to be able to do that. Like a man don't want to be able to do that. Like,
and I guess you would still want attraction to your woman as well.
I guess, yeah. I mean, yeah, I want my own personal attraction, but that's like I said, me in the whole fitted jeans for a woman, right? I feel like ever since, I mean, other than, you know, and I don't, this wasn't even when I was born, like the whole bell bottom thing with stuff with, even then actually the top would be kind of fitted. Yeah. So as far as I'm aware, right, women jeans always been kind of fitted. You get what I'm saying?
Not always, but I mean, for our generation, yes.
Right. Mm-hmm. As far as I'm concerned.
Mm-hmm. Sorry guys, we got blurry.
But
blurry. Oh, there you
go. As far as I know, that's what it is to me. So that's standard. You get what I'm saying? That's just regular. Now, baggy, where I could shake the thing like that, like around your butt area and all of that. If I could do all of that, that's you're not even reaching the standard.
For you,
like you're understanding.
Your standard.
For me, you're understanding.
Under what standard? Wait,
under a regular. You didn't even reach regular. Like why I'm looking at you like why you bought those jeans?
Okay, just hush. Because it was not just hush. I mean, yeah, that wouldn't be attractive to you.
Right.
That's less than the standard of attraction for you.
Now, fitted jeans that show off your body, that's not sexy. It's not being super attractive to me. I look at that just like regular. That's how a woman's supposed to wear their jeans.
Yeah. Dame, we're talking about should a woman tone down her sexy, or a man, when they get in a relationship. Cousin Les says, if you are giving your woman the attention she needs, then you don't have to worry about others giving it to her when she goes out looking sexy on girls' nights.
What?
So that, Cousin Let, I get what you're saying, because I feel like you're saying that it's a trust issue. I feel like the point of view she's bringing it from is that you don't have to worry about other men giving her the attention that you already
if you
should
fill
be
her
giving
love
her.
tank, she don't need to be filled nowhere else.
Right. But I think it goes deeper than trust in certain situations. Like some people, it is trust. They just don't, they may not trust their partner, or they may not trust the other people. But then I also think a part of it has to do with just respect, and like, kind of like what Navarro said earlier. It's like, who are you going to look sexy for? Is it for yourself? Like, do you feel like you're just going out to look good? And if you're looking good, why does it have to be?
That would have to be something you got to question yourself now. Is
why does it have to be like sexy?
Why does it take,
say raunchy?
No, why does it take being revealing for you to be satisfied with going out and getting dressed up? Why does it take showing skin and cleavage and all of these things?
Yeah,
you know, that's just kind of what I see. Navarro said yoga pants show everything. So if a female is shapely, we can see that. It isn't her fault that she is blessed. However, it is her fault that she is wearing something that she knows will make men think. I mean, that's true. I mean, and I look at that. I mean, yoga pants is different. She could wear the correct type of yoga pants.
Yeah, because there's some yoga pants with good fabric where you can't see everything. You can't see like cellulite and like everything. Yeah, there's some yoga pants that are like see-through.
And and some females also need to understand that, you know, if every kind of leggings you pick show off your frontal area and things like that, then no, I think that's pushing it.
Yeah, I agree. I don't. So the hard part is, and this is my dilemma. And it's like,
sorry,
go ahead.
And I guess if it is showing like all the detail of your butt and everything,
like every ridge and dip and
like I could see like if I could see the crack of your butt, like you get what I'm saying? That's too much.
Yeah, but that's like the more see-through ones. But my dilemma comes in where it's like, it's hard because it's like, yes, well, for one, I don't necessarily dress like provocative or anything, but it's like, even the way that I would dress, if it attracted another man, or if another man had a thought, like, I can't control what men think. I can't control how someone looks at me. Even if I was dressed, like we said, if I was fully clothed, a man can have a thought running through his mind. Like at work, I mean, it's not like inappropriate, but well, not inappropriate, but like, you know, guys be like, oh, are you in a relationship? Right. And so it's like, I can't control that.
Yeah, if that part you can't control.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like, it's not my fault that those are his thoughts. And I feel like that's where my battle comes in. Like, yeah, I'm going to be respectful to myself first and foremost, and then my husband, because I'm representing both of us. But
see, but that's the difference. That's
what
the difference.
Someone else thinks.
But that's the difference. We know, you already know that you're wearing. You already know that you're respecting yourself. You're not wearing provocative clothes like that. You get what I'm saying? You already know that. So that, but being that you know that, it makes that whole interaction a little bit different. You get what I'm saying? Now, if you know that you wearing revealing clothes like this such and such showing, right? You can probably say that, hey, this guy is approaching me because of this.
I'd never thought that ever.
I've
never in my mind thought a guy approached me because of what I was wearing.
You was wearing something revealing?
Well, I don't really. I mean, maybe I don't really dress like I've probably dressed revealing, but not like. I'm a small figured woman too, so I feel like revealing for me is different in how I used to dress. Like, okay, if I had like part of my stomach out, or if my dress was just short, like I don't ever really had my breast out, but it's like that would be revealing, is maybe like a short dress or like part of my stomach out. But I've never in my mind.
So you never noticed if you wore something like that, more people would approach you? You never noticed that? You don't pay attention to it though. So
because I'm not stunting these men now.
But it's different. I mean, I would know that if I don't even think it's like a thing. Like a guy even know, like, yeah, if I get fresh and I go out, you know what I'm saying, around people, more people will be looking at me. I don't think it's just
looking at you and approaching you, two different things. So yeah, people
females,
look at me.
No, it's not two different things. It's you. I'm just putting it on the scale because you got to think about it. If a female my juice really pumping if all the females approaching me. You get what I'm saying? In my opinion, I don't think females really just be approaching guys like that. And, you know, these younger females probably, but.
Yeah. Dame says, I feel like if my lady got it, she got it. And that's how she got me. Laugh aloud. If she isn't being outright scandalous, I can't help I can't help the sexiness that is my lady.
Right.
Some sisters just got booty, loose fit or not. Cousin Les said, nah. A woman should be able to dress however she wants, revealing or not, because she wants to. Saying it's her fault because you can't control yourself, it's not the business. Aunt Chi-Chi said, exactly right, Letty. Mommy said, I agree, Let. And Dame says, and that goes both ways, really, from male to female. Do you want to read Cousin Let?
Cousin Let said, also dressing revealing doesn't mean you don't respect yourself. Like Saquon said earlier, it comes down to the intention. I had guys approach me revealing and looking like a homeless bum.
You want to read Aunt Chi-Chi, Mom?
Aunt Chi-Chi says, sometimes it just comes down to functionality.
Sorry.
Wearing yoga pants because they're comfortable and allow you to do what you want to do, like yoga. But you're not doing yoga outside. My G says, yes,
we are not be on your way to a yoga studio in yoga pants.
Yes, we are not responsible how others critique your clothes as long as you are respectful and your clothes are clean.
I don't see. I just think differently. I do feel like if you are just out and I don't know, some of the way people dress, I do feel like it does show a lack of self-respect. And maybe it's coupled with how these same people behave. So maybe, I don't know. I just feel like a lot of people who I see dressed like that also kind of behave in a certain way where you see they don't have too much self-value. So, I mean, correlation doesn't always mean causation. However, I just feel like, what is the point of showing off your body? Like, I get the whole notion you should be able to dress how you want. And we were born on this earth naked in our birthday suits. But I just feel like, what is the point of like just having everything out? Like you see people, and honestly, when it comes to pants and shorts and things like that, it's really not healthy, ladies. You can get yeast infections and
pants and shorts.
Yeah, when they wear like those super tight shorts. We've seen multiple people walking around with shorts that their whole cheeks are out.
Right.
And that's really not good. You can literally get yeast infections from that. So I just feel like, I mean, granted, this is a free world. You can dress however you want to dress. But I do feel like it does speak to your self-value on how you carry yourself. And maybe you may feel comfortable in your skin and may feel like you have a high value of yourself dressing that way. I just noticed that people who do, like, not all, but people who dress that way, a lot of them also behave in a certain manner where it wouldn't seem to be that they have high self-value.
Right.
So that's just how I feel about it. I guess.
And that's past yoga pants. That's
just in general, whatever. Like, if you're dressing, revealing, I don't know. And then especially if you're in a relationship, I just think that, like, unless that's how the person met you and that's what y'all choose to do, some people like to put their wife on display. They really want a trophy wife. and she's there because
they
and
satisfied
the
with
crazy
people
thing,
looking at.
oh my goodness, Honey and I talk about this. Sometimes it seems like men are really not even caring about the women. Like they're more focused on the other men.
Yeah.
It's like they want a trophy wife so that other guys can see they got a nice looking woman. Like they're trying to just impress men. It's just kind of weird.
Status.
Yeah, I guess it's status, but it's just weird because it's like, so you're more worried about the man than you are your woman. But anyway, I digress.
I mean, and they might not say. I mean, I honestly think it ain't just for the man. It's for the woman too. Like, when I sit back and think about it, I mean, I'm not like that.
What's for the woman?
When the guy that parade his woman around is to say that to the guys and the woman, like, this mine's, I got her. I don't think it's just for I think it's the status. I think it's to know that, hey, this is this. That's it.
Okay.
Like they get a kick out of that. But like then if you go further, there's literally guys that just they parading their wife around and watching guys look at their wife.
And just so they can be like, well, this is mine. No, you can't have her. But
they're not even like, some of them don't even get the chance to say it.
Not saying it, but that's what they're thinking.
Oh.
But I don't think, I don't know if guys say it to other guys. But it's just weird.
It's weird.
It is weird.
It is weird.
All right. So let's go on to our next topic, which one do you want to talk about next? The exes?
Yeah, we can talk about the exes.
All right. So now, once you're in a relationship, do you feel like you should still communicate with an ex? And for all of you guys who are just joining us, welcome to Thursday evening chat live.
With the PowerTrip podcast.
We are your hosts, Charmaine.
And Saquon, if you didn't know.
Yes, welcome. And please make sure to like and subscribe to our channel and share the video with a friend.
Right.
All right, so we're going to play a clip and then let's discuss. But while we play the clip, you guys write in the comments, is it okay to still communicate with your ex once you're in a relationship?
We're still close, and now we've decided whoever wants to come into our life has to accept all of us, including the past, but with respect. I do believe you have to do everything with respect, and it has to be an open communication. Yes, we are best of friends.
I don't agree at all. I don't agree at all. And look, I get it. You're the best of friends. If you were such great friends, he's such a great guy, then why is he your ex?
Because we didn't have the sexual energy. That went away, and I wanted to have that in my marriage. I would like to have a marriage that is both fruitful sexually as well as friendship-wise, and we lost that. So that's why we're still friends.
Well, I think if children are involved, yes, you should be a grown-up. You should be able to co-parent and be friendly with one another. But if there are no children involved, when we break up, I break up with you, your mama, the family union. I'm not coming. Ain't no Christmas gifts happening on Christmas. It is over. I don't ever want to see her.
I'm through with you, your mama.
I'm through with everybody.
Your damn sister.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm with you.
They're stronger than me. But there is this one ex, and we have business together. We don't have a baby, but that's kind of like a baby. Yeah. We're developing something together. And I would love for whoever I'm dating to accept our friendship. However, we don't see each other. We don't hang out. He's in another country, as a matter of fact. So
where he belongs.
That's why
where he belongs.
So Damien says, what if the provocative thing is her personality and guys hit on that? I'm in and out, child. I hope I'm making sense. We kind of touched on it, but that's what I'm kind of saying. If the provocative thing is her whole personality, right? If I know that like deep inside of me, I'm not cool with that. I'm like, we're not going to go that far. But I think, you know, if you kind of want to move forward with a female like that, then I think it's okay to ask beforehand, like see how she feel about it. But other than that, if that's her thing, I don't think you can really stop it at that point. What you looking up?
I just had okay. Yeah.
Well, it's to provoke people to do things. That's having the intention.
Well,
and the intention to provoke.
Well, okay.
Right? What is provocative?
It was to hold on. arousing sexual desire or interest, especially deliberately.
Yeah. See?
So, well, no. Then why would you be with a provocative girl if she's deliberately going out and trying to arouse other people?
Because she think it's cute.
No, well, that's not someone you should be with.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I wouldn't even go that far with her, but I do. But there's people out there like that. That's too ingrained in their personality because they think that stuff is cute.
Yeah. Okay. So on to the next topic, though.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
Do you stay in communication with your exes? Yay or nay?
Nay.
Nay.
N-O spells no. I think, like, I agree with that lady. You're an ex for a reason. For me, I like after every relationship, I move forward. I don't stay in contact with anyone. That's a chapter. I live, I learn, and I move forward.
Right.
I especially feel like once you're in a relationship, it's kind of like, why? What's the point? Like, that's your past. Are you still holding on to your past? Do you feel like, there's a piece of you still like keeping it there just in case? What was the purpose of that?
Yeah.
And it was funny because we didn't play that whole clip, but in the beginning of that video, this girl was like, yeah, well, one of my exes is like my brother.
Oh, yeah.
And the other lady was like, anybody I slept with is no brother of mine.
Yeah.
Which is true. It's like, no, we
already passed a certain
level.
Right. So we can't go backwards because it was experienced already. The level was experienced.
Yeah, it's like, glad to have known you.
Right.
Thank you for, the lessons. Mommy says no. Gabe says nay unless kids are involved.
A little cheek ain't never hurt nobody. See.
Oh, Dave. With the kids, I do think that you should be cordial. And I especially feel like your spouse should be involved in that as well.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like you guys should be coming as a unit.
Yeah.
When it comes to dealing with, the mother or father of your children.
True.
Once you get into a new relationship.
True. Now, I do think, in these days, people, I guess that would be like relationship etiquette. Relation to cut ties of everything, and somebody probably would have to teach people that, I guess, because you got to think about it. Like, you start off in school doing this, and how you cut ties off with people that you're in classes with and things,
don't talk to them.
Well, I mean, yeah, but you kind of sometimes they kind of ingrained in the circle sometimes.
Well, in high school, high school. College? Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. It begins like that. It begins like that. So sometimes I don't think people have a thought of necessarily letting everything go all the time. And it depends what type of communication you having. You get what I'm saying? Like, if we going out the way to keep communication with each other, then yeah. But if we come across each other because we got mutual friends and things like that, and we in the same room, like, you get what I'm saying?
You just head nod and keep it moving. No. So, okay, if you have mutual friends and you end up in that environment with that person, so you don't know they're going to be there, or they're going to be there.
I guess I would know they're going to be there if that was our crew. Like,
so
you get what I'm saying?
Your spouse comes with you. Easy as pie.
And what if they don't want to come? Because that's like, let's say if it's an instance where let's think of something. What's like a niche interest that people get together to do? Something that people get together to do.
Bike ride, jet ski.
So let's say bike riding, right? Mm-hmm. Let's say you've been with a crew of bike riders, right, for years, and then you met somebody there, y'all built a relationship, and then afterwards that fizzled out, right? Mm-hmm. And now you in another relationship, but your crew of your 5-year, or now maybe let's say 6 or 7 year crew of bike riding, that never broke up. So do you not go bike riding with them anymore?
Well, if you got out that relationship and you stopped going bike riding because you didn't want to be around that person, when you get in a relationship, you surely ain't going back around them bike riding.
No, I'm saying, wait, what?
Like, okay, you guys broke up, right?
Right.
So this person still goes with the crew with that other person there, even though they're broken up.
With what other person there?
The ex.
Yeah.
And then they get in a new relationship.
The ex is, you know, they was part of the crew. They was in the crew for the 5 years that I've been in.
Well, I think it depends. I guess in that situation, it would just depend on the breakup. If it was like okay, then I think then that would make sense that they would still all bike ride. But if it wasn't okay, I think one person naturally wouldn't be a part of that crew anymore because they're not going to want to be around them. But I just think out of respect for your partner, with the bike riding one, I mean, I don't know. We all have to switch off days or something. I don't know.
That's tough though. You see?
That part's tough, but that's not something that happens. I mean, it happens. No, it does happen. It is something that happens, but I don't know. Actually, I don't know.
Because I think it happens to people at work.
But I feel like personally, I don't know if I would feel comfortable with it. Mommy said, sounds like you need a new crew. Yep. Cousin Les said, I had an old boyfriend from high school friend me on Facebook. My husband said he didn't care. Okay. So was so long ago. Ain't nobody worried about him. So probably not the same situation. Was 25 plus years ago. So I do think that kind of makes a difference if it's like childhood and you're grown.
Yeah.
But then also it's kind of like, why add them? Like, you know, like what's the point of adding them? You haven't had them in your life for this long. So why do you want to go back and check on them?
I think things like Facebook came to like this nostalgic feeling, like
it definitely,
you know, of it being like, oh, I knew them. This
place.
I
wonder what they're up to.
Yeah,
or may be innocent too.
Yeah, or think about like when we were young. It's like, oh, I know them. They be around us sometime. This that, or they be at this party or da 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 da. You end up adding people.
No,
well, you didn't, but.
Because I just seen them at a party, but
not like that. But they like in your circle, like you met them, but they wasn't.
Oh,
you
like
get what I'm
super
saying?
Close,
right? And you ended up adding them, things like that.
Yeah. Hey, Daniel.
What's up, Daniel? Things. What was that up before that?
I've left.
Chichi said, I've left some past relationships on good terms and still connect from time to time to congratulate on a new baby, landmark birthdays, deaths, or major life events. Cordial, not consistent. Okay. Also, spouse is fully aware.
Okay. So that one is like, it's not like you guys are friends, but you will do congratulatory or, like you said, landmark things.
It's just being, I guess
it depends. And if your spouse is fine with it, but I guess it would depend on how long you've been separated from that person too.
Right. Yeah. How long you've been separated, if it was a decent breakup or not, like kind of what you said with the other stuff.
Yeah.
Gabe said, every breakup doesn't mean that you don't want to be around that person ever again.
True.
Daniel says, I think the most honest answer is the breakup is never okay. Someone always takes it harder and it's not okay. Healing takes time. Maybe the bike riding starts off like normal. And then as you heal, you branch off from the norm and start finding yourself outside of the norms in the past relationship.
So are you saying that like sometimes, so hold on, and healing, and you branch off from the norm and start finding yourself outside of the norms in the past relationship. So are you saying that like you start rekindling flames with that past relationship, or you're saying that once you're fully healed, you can truly look at that person as just a friend? Because I think that's something that happens sometimes too.
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That's why I say also it really definitely depends on how long ago the prior relationship was. Because if it was, let's say you just got out of a 5-year relationship, right? And then a year later you start dating someone new, but the 5-year relationship person, you know, tries to stay in contact. I feel like that in that situation, you really shouldn't be having contact with that person. Well, because part of it is like maybe you guys aren't really done. Like you were in the relationship for 5 whole years.
Right.
And now you're, trying to move forward, but you keep conversing with this person and then, oh, let's go to lunch. Let's do this. And then you might spark a flame.
Yeah.
Then you might end up hurting unintentionally the new relationship.
That's true. And because you're reaching out to do it. Like you're doing a little bit too much. But I also think what I was getting from what Daniel said was, I guess it's that healing takes time. So that era of time that you're healing, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're going to create new norms. You
with
understand?
That person?
No, for yourself.
What do you mean? I don't get it.
And you start finding yourself out of the norms in that past relationship. You out of it. Like, yeah, you're going to heal. When you heal and you step away from all of that because you don't want to be around them, you end up creating new norms for yourself.
Oh, so you won't be you got a new crew.
Yeah, you basically got a new crew. Damien said, now, if you've broken off ties mutually and built a friendship, ain't no need to excommunicate that individual. However, is it a demon for the pit of hell like most exes are, then let them go?
Oh, goodness. Yeah. I think I get how some relationships don't work out, and maybe the relationship started as a friendship and you took it to the next level and you can still be friends with that person. I understand that. I just feel like sometimes you just got to move forward. You just have to let it go, like take the lesson from it and move forward. Because I don't know. I feel like
now I'm looking at it and I guess I understand like a little bit. Like, let's say you were in a relationship, right?
Mm-hmm.
And everybody can be mature about the situation. And we was like, let's say we was in a relationship for like maybe 3 or 4, not even 4 months, maybe. Yeah. Cause I feel like once you get 2, 3, that's different. So maybe like 4 or 5 months, you know what I'm saying? And we realized that this is kind of not what we're supposed to be doing. Mm-hmm. And we both can admit this. And it was not like arguing and all this, and it wasn't toxicity, right? Mm-hmm. I think that you can still communicate with them probably. Mm-hmm. Like if you have mutual friends and things like this, and the same way y'all met, you get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Probably just through the same way y'all met, that's okay. But you can't be my friend no more like that. Because you can't know about personal things, because the personal things to you they're gonna affect you differently. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Me expressing the things that's happening personally in my life, being that you had a different bond with me, is gonna affect you differently. You're gonna respond to it differently than you would if you were just my friend. So that won't happen no more. You get what I'm saying?
Well, then I just feel like if that's the case, then nothing should be happening.
But like, you have regular people in your life that's like that.
What?
That you just not gonna tell the personal things in your life that you get what I'm saying? Because you
not
don't even
it's
care.
Not gonna affect them differently.
But because they don't care.
Yeah, but that's different than an ex where you feel like it's gonna affect them on an emotional level because they once had feelings for you.
Well, I'm not saying that emotional. I guess emotional, but they just know you on a different level, so they'll respond different than anybody else.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
I mean, yeah, because yeah, I get what you're saying, but then I just feel like you just gotta let it go. Because okay, mutual friends, like I don't know. Maybe because I never experienced it, I can't say that I've ever dated someone who we all had mutual friends, and after we broke up, like that, I had never had that experience.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. I never had it either, but I think that's the only way that can happen.
And you think their partner should be okay with it?
Like you say, you get invited every time you come. You want, but if you don't want to come, then What am I supposed to say? If you don't want to come, you invited every time.
Yeah, but you still have to respect your partner. So if they don't feel comfortable, you still have to talk about it. It's not just oh, well, you're invited, because they may not feel comfortable being around that person.
I mean, yeah, then it does lead to a conversation, but at that point, like I said, if your crew, I mean, I don't know. I do look at it like if you tell somebody, yeah, hey, we tried to had a relationship, but I don't even talk to them on that level, but they've been around you they've been with you and your best friends and all of that for the past 7 years. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I just look at it like at that point, it's kind of tough. So it's like, so this person, just because they with my best friend, they've been part of my friend's crew, and I made a mistake. Now I can't chill with my best friend no more.
That's your best friend?
They part of the crew. They part of that crew.
You don't have to hang out with your best friend and that person.
But
you don't always have to be with the crew. You guys can have different times to be around each other. It's the only time you hung out with your best friend is only with the crew.
Nah, but you know, I mean, I think it's crews that they just come together like that.
Yeah, well, we don't know about that life. What?
I've seen people. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I don't live in that, but it's people that's like that.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
You read it.
Damien says, but it's about the maturity of an individual, which can't no man come to my lady if I had one that's an ex and take her. She wasn't mine, vice versa. But it's not always a bad situation with past exes. Gabe said that look. All right. Daniel says, so if bike riding is what you did in that relationship, you can still bike ride. However, your attachments to bike riding is only an issue if you hadn't healed. If you can't be around someone you dated and not feel awkward, are you healed? Contact can be taken out of context. Closure closes doors. I repeat, contact can be taken out of context. And the church says amen. Cousin Les said, yeah, I don't think any ex should be your friend because that leads to danger zone. And then let's see. Dame says, I'm not moved by an ex. He was just an example of what not to be. If you're someone's current, stay in the current events, not the pages of someone's history. I'm feeling poetic tonight. Mommy says, remember, an ex is an ex for a reason. Deuces, spit Dame. But that's what I'm saying. If you're staying in the current, why would you still contact and associate with your ex?
But remember, an ex is an ex for a reason. We're not gonna ever try to do this thing again. That's for a reason. You don't need to be calling me late night or nothing like that. I'm never gonna text you to ask you for nothing. I'm not looking to depend on you ever. Like nothing ever. You get what I'm saying? There's a reason why. That's kind of how I look at it, in the sense of if those people had just the mutual friends for 7 years or something like that, and they could maturely say that, I don't think we were supposed to be doing this, and they can maturely get over that and just be cool and not really not look at each other like that, and they kept that distance away from each other. Because you got to think about what if they did. All right, cool. Look at this. What if it was a group of people that was cool for 5 years, then somebody got into a relationship with one of them? It was 3-6 months, right? And now 5 years later, they all still cool. So this is a 10-year friendship. And now you come along and then you just learn about their history. Do you think at that point they got to go back and then they still got to leave them alone?
No, I just think there should be boundaries. And you just have to respect whatever new relationship you're in. So you don't, I guess, that's why I said it depends on how long ago you dated that person. But if that's something that, if that's something that you've been doing for years before you got in this relationship, then I would say, okay, you don't necessarily have to just stop that friendship. But I think maybe there should be boundaries so that your new partner feels comfortable.
True. Cousin Les says that any friendship or acquaintanceship with ex or not, you are responsible for making sure that they respect the boundaries of your current relationship, etc. Just like you said. Anyway.
I can't help that I wear my emotions on my sleeves. Booby texts me to fix my face. Girl, he's
Nah, I mean
April Fools, guys, close your eyes.
Nah, I mean, I just think that's, I think it happens. I mean, it hasn't happened.
I mean, I'm
to me.
sure it happens, but I'm just saying, I just feel like majority of the time your ex is an ex for a reason. Like an example that you said, if it's a whole friend thing and friends for years and stuff, like I said, I just think boundaries, like Cousin Let said also, should be put into place.
True. So, next topic. Do you want to introduce it? Why are you laughing?
So, our next topic, that should have been our April Fools. I'm working my lips. So, our next topic is how much of your personal business should you share with your friends and family?
So, we're going to play a couple clips for you guys. So, y'all just let that simmer. Here's the first clip.
If you think y'all going through it now, just wait till you involve mama, sister, brother, cousin, and best friend. Sometimes through their own insecurities, give you advice that suits their intentions to destroy or belittle what you and your man got going on. Because what they got going on, nothing. You know that old saying, misery loves company? Other times, this so-called advice is to make them feel superior or to ease their own fears, anger, guilt, and frustrations from their present or past situations. Boo, I get it. Sometimes you just want to relate to someone other than your man, to just release the tension or to lean on some other body. Some other body that will make you feel better or tell you right. Now I call these side pieces. You want somebody on your side to give you back your peace of mind. No, boo. Why you want a piece of the peace of mind? Boo, the only real, true, whole peace of mind that you're gonna get is the kind that comes from you and your man working together, keeping your business at home and out those streets. All right. Okay, so you can't help yourself. All right, boo. Keep this in mind. When you invite that third wheel into your relationship business, they never leave. You can't get them out. When you invite them into your business and you tell them all your dirty laundry, okay? You leave a bad taste in their mouth for your man. Every time they see you, they will look at you sideways and ask you, girl, how you doing? How your man doing? How your relationship going? Don't fall for it, boo. Baby, this is not the time to have diarrhea of the mouth. Air it out all your frustrations on how he don't do this and he don't do that. And girl, he got on my last nerve. Stop. Listen, Cookie. How about this? If you're going to run and tell it all. After you done spilt the bitter tea, follow that bad boy up with the sweet tea. Let girlfriend know the good that your man is doing for you and your relationship.
If I got a friend and he doesn't want me to be in a relationship because he wants me running the streets with him, then every time I confide in him about something about my relationship, he's gonna be like, hey man, that's why I told you should be out here in these streets with me, getting these hoes. You know what I'm talking about? No, sir. I don't want to get whores. I have a lady. What is wrong with you? Now, how do you know if somebody is a friend of the relationship? If somebody has sat around and seeing both of you interact, and they always tell you both the truth. It's never a your side or his side. They only want the relationship to grow. When people start to see you two as one, that's the people that you want around you. People who are just your friends will never see you two as whole. They just see you as one. They might not understand this. A lot of our friends don't know what a relationship is. And if you found somebody special, why would they care or even know what it feels like to have somebody special like that if they've never had that before? Some people really just haven't experienced what others have experienced when it comes to love. Now listen, I'm not saying if you meet somebody that your significant other doesn't like, that you need to just cut them off, because you are grown as hell and you can be friends with whoever you want to be friends with. Here's what you don't do. If your significant other wants to have a conversation with you about your friends, do not get so defensive that they cannot talk to you about your friends. Because what it looks like is you are riding for your friend more than your relationship. Be able to take criticism, be able to hear honesty. Sometimes our partner can see things that we can't see in our friends because we're too close or because we've known them for a long time. And we're not even looking at who they are today. We just remember who they were when we known them back in the day. Sometimes your partner can help you see who people are where you're looking at them as who they used to be. Church, and if you're building your family and your career around this relationship, then eventually can you still be friends with this person? You might have to just hang out with those friends away from the relationship. And sometimes when we're in these relationships, our friends don't really see us as much. And it benefits them if we're not in a relationship because they get their friend back. Don't let your friends ruin your blessings. Friends ain't gonna be there to hold you at night. Friends are not gonna give you beautiful children. Because eventually, your friends, they gonna find somebody. And when they do, we'll see how much time they have for you.
Okay.
Alrighty. Do you want to read the comments?
All right, first comment. Says none of it. Your friends and family don't forget anything. When the two of you are okay, your family or friends will still be mad. Damien says, Daniel, brother, I'm feeling that statement. Cousin Les says, know what I'm talking about? It's cousin.
Miss
Michelle says, I've learned that at a very young age, my mom and her sisters told each other their business. My mom and dad had been divorced 33 years, and my mom's sisters would bring up old stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy. The flyer says hump day romance, laugh out loud. I'm a child, laugh out loud. Yeah. So what's your take on this?
I'm not a person who likes to divulge a lot of information to other people anyway. So I think that a huge percentage of your marital business or relationship business should stay between you and your spouse or significant other. Now, sometimes I can see gaining wisdom from people who have been in a successful marriage or relationship, or a counselor, someone who is just wise, and you guys can go and they're not going to be biased. I think that can be beneficial, but I don't think that you should necessarily go to somebody in the heat of an argument or, while your emotions are still at a high level, because I do feel like a lot of people do vent and bring their issues to other people to try to get validation. Or, sometimes it's out of frustration, but like the lady was saying, for peace of mind, they want someone on their side and they want someone to understand their point of view because obviously their partner's not getting it.
Right.
So for me, I don't like that, honestly. And I, Miss Michelle, I agree with you. Family and friends, they hold on to, what you say. So if you're bad mouthing your partner, there's people who will put their significant other's business online for other people to see, and then they're back with them. So it just opens up a host of issues. And 9 times out of 10, well, I can't say 9 times out of 10, but most of the time people end up staying together.
Yeah. I kind of believe it. I kind of would talk to my parents and stuff like that. Because I look at it like wisdom, and I also I know they don't just tell me, they just don't. They don't tell me, they just not always on my side ever. Not that they never on my side, but they're not people that
they're not biased.
Yeah, they're not biased whatsoever. So I know when I'm speaking to them, right? If they're saying what you're saying, a lot of times they can say it to me in a different type of way. Like, so the words just are being formulated different to get the point across. But sometimes I could see where if you have family that they can't, they can't be unbiased, and that they use things against people and things like that, then maybe they're not the ones to go to. And you probably shouldn't even do that you shouldn't do it with your friends or anything like that, right? And I don't think I would look at it like I wouldn't even take it past anybody other than parents. But in my eyes, me, if in the thought that my parents wouldn't be, they're not biased. You get what I'm saying? So I'm not really looking to go past that too much. But other than that, I do think after like premarital counseling and things like that, I think that was cool to bring stuff to like a counselor. It was cool. That sometimes people could be biased, what I've experienced, but some people have their thought. Some people have a side to their thoughts, and they don't know how to handle just a two-sided conversation to even see where both sides are coming from.
I mean, I agree that a lot of people have personal biases, even therapists.
Right. Cousin Les says, I only share certain things with Gabe's wife, because my sister-in-law, because she will set me straight when I'm wrong, and sometimes I need to see if I am. So I check in with her, laugh out loud. And yes, I usually am wrong, laugh out loud. And YG says, nice job, Saquon. Thank you. She sounds scorned.
You might be talking about the first lady that you played.
What would you say? What make you think she sounds scorned, though? You think she sounds scorned a little bit?
No, she's just extra.
Oh, yeah. Very expressionate.
Yeah, but let's see. But yeah, I also think that I don't divulge my information, so unless it's like I just feel like I really need help, then I will. But being on the other end, where my friends come to me and tell me things about their relationships, I try my hardest to be non-biased. But sometimes it's hard because like when you just know the other person is wrong.
Yeah.
And especially depending on what they've done to your friend, it's like you will have more of a sense of loyalty to your friend. And like in a situation where that has happened with one of my friends, it's like I can still be around their partner and be okay, but there's still thoughts that may still go through your mind, like about that person. Like you still may have a little like, let's see if you really change. But to me, it's more so, let's see if you really are different. Let's see if you are actually going to do right by my friends.
Yeah.
And, not that, because, people are people. We're flawed individuals and people go through what they're going to go through. But it's like, we all want the best for the people we love.
Right.
And so we just want to see that the person that they love is doing the best by them.
Yeah, because that's what makes them happy, and you want them to be happy. But yeah, I agree. I feel like when they get to a certain level of things, and if they tell you that something like constant or something like that, I'm not like, we can go have a good time and we can still do something fun. But I'm probably not going to be like 100% just, I guess, present, because part of me is watching your actions, to see if your behavior matches what was being said, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, I think you would still be present. You're just more guarded or observant.
Yeah, observant.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cousin Les said, a lot of people are like how she was saying. In general, I do not surround myself with those kind of people. Damien says, married people should consult other married couples anyway. How is a renter advising you to handle a mortgage, right? That's true. And Daniel says, we want the best except for Geminis and Libras. Janae says, Dan, you really spitting today. How is a renter advising you to handle a mortgage? Snaps fingers. That's true. That's true. And it's not every married couple either. You got to think about that too. So you need to put their personality into play. You need to put what type of person is, how do they handle things in their relationship? Mm-hmm. If they handle things in a mature in a mature way, and I guess in a more superior way than you feel like you handling things in that realm with your own.
Yeah, I think I agree. I think you have to just know who you're going to.
Right. If
you're going to a couple who they're struggling and don't have it together and stuff like that, yeah, there may be some wisdom, but they're still in a bind trying to figure it out. Right. You want to go to someone who, every couple is going to have issues, but someone who they know how to work through it, or they've been through a similar situation that you're currently going through. So you just want to be mindful on who you divulge information to, because, your relationship should be sacred, and you don't want to, your goal shouldn't be to go out and bash your significant other.
No.
You don't want to go out and just make them look bad, because what does that say about you? You're dating them. That's one thing I never understood. It's like people get out of relationships and just bash and just drag who they were with. But it's like, you dated them. So what does that say about you? So the goal should really be you should be mindful on when you're going to somebody, and make sure you're not just going to get validated, but actually going to someone who is going to be non-biased. You want to make sure that you're going to someone who both of you actually could go to and talk with. Because if they're only hearing, that's another thing. When you say your side of the story, that's from your perspective.
Right. It's always three sides.
So you want to make sure that this is somebody who can talk with you both, so they can hear both sides, and have, a fuller story. Granted, like he said, there's three sides. So the truth's somewhere in there.
Yeah. And even with you saying that person would have to be somebody that your spouse or your partner is comfortable with too.
That's what
So all the way around, the person has to know both of y'all, and that y'all both have to see that person on that same level as you do.
Yeah. That's kind of what I was saying. Is where they have to be able to talk to both of you, where it can't be just biased to one person's side of the story.
Mm-hmm.
They need to talk to both of you and be able to give words of wisdom, to where it's not just like, oh yeah, man, I just agree with you, you're right. They have to be able to see the other person's side and, bring the full story together.
Right.
So
that's true.
Yeah. So yes. Just don't go out there dragging your partner
at all.
Because anger, temporary emotions can lead to permanent actions. And sometimes those actions you can't take back.
Mm-hmm.
So people have, like I said, outed each other all over online, social media. You can't take that back. Once it's on the internet, like they say, it doesn't disappear.
It doesn't disappear, and you're not doing anything but changing the perspective of that person and yourself.
Yeah, that too. And no subliminals either.
Yeah, subliminals don't people think that they write in subliminals well, first, I think a subliminal originally was just something that was said, but you shouldn't know if it's necessarily about you all the way. But nowadays it seems like subliminals are pretty much direct almost.
Yeah.
Everybody know who you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't know what they started off of. I just feel like a subliminal, like my understanding of subliminal is just that you're not saying the person's name.
Okay.
So I guess it's
not
like
directing it.
it's just like if the shoe fits. So where you're saying, I guess nowadays it's more direct. It's like the shoe fits you because it's pretty much your situation. Mm-hmm. They're just not saying your name.
Yeah. Let's see. Daniel says, and I hope I pronounce this right. Yahara and I got marriage counseling 1 year into our marriage. The first year came with much growing pains, struggles, and battles. We ended up separating for 7 months and getting marriage counseling in 6 out of the 7 months. We went into as individuals, went through it married, and came out of it having to accept life and ourselves. Let me read it from over here. And if we weren't to get back together, we fought, we prayed, we worked through it. The counselor helped us more than I could have ever thought, I believe. Counseling really does work. It opens up conversations, and it's kind of like what we choose to do here, like open up the conversation and try to be honest and vulnerable, because that's how you kind of get to the other side.
Yeah.
Cousin Les says, and don't take advice from people who haven't had successful relationship, right, Gabe? And Damien says, she talked heavily on the negative to sharing things, women in the video. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. She did, but it's real. Like not everybody is really happy for you. And it was actually the guy who said this one, but like sometimes like the guys, male, you try to confide in a male friend and they want you back out on the streets with them. So they're not going to really give you the best advice, because they're like, oh great, yes, this isn't gonna work out. Now I have my right wing back, you know?
And sometimes it's not even because they want you there. They don't know no better.
What do you mean?
Like they haven't experienced being in a relationship and trying to work things out and things like that. So when you come and talk to them, right, they don't have the wisdom to speak to you any type of way. Like, you get what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
They don't have the wisdom to talk you through your problems. All they know is, well, I'm happy. I'm out here doing this. Come on.
Yeah. So that's definitely not someone you should go talk to.
Right. Because it's nothing they could tell you.
Yeah. Yep. So, anything else you wanted to discuss with that?
I don't know. Last thing was Cousin Lester's laugh out loud. I was just seeing you remember what you said on the camping trip that one time. Laugh out loud. Nah, I don't think so. Anything else in there?
I don't think so. I think they were good. Some good topics today.
Yeah, I think they were. I think they were pretty good. Yeah, so I hope everyone else enjoyed tonight. Like I said earlier, we just want to open up conversation, get people talking. This is how we just gonna be able to help people gain perspective, gain a new perspective, more complex and expanded perspective of what's actually going on with others and how other people feel about certain situations. Cousin Les said, what are the topics for next week? Then you say, Yahara wanted me to say,
I'm sorry.
You good. Wanted me to say, show your spouse your scars so they can get to know how you heal from them. Sometimes we try and cover up wounds and not allow them to become scars. I told her to follow the page and answer herself.
Thanks, Yahara.
Yes, thank you.
And I agree. I think it is important to be vulnerable and, show your partner that side of you, because a lot of times we do try to put a defense or a shield, and this is who we are. It's part of your story, and the person you're with should know you inside and out, especially once you're married. So showing that side is very important.
Nobody should know you better than your partner.
Yes, besides yourself.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, but if once you won, you share everything.
Yeah.
So what would you guys like the topics to be for next week?
Yeah, we don't have any topics
we don't have any yet.
Well, we have a few we could do, but we don't have Any at the time.
What's someone that we have in the like just ideas that we have written down? What?
I'll tell you later.
Oh.
So we were gonna say we were thinking about talking about passwords. And,
okay.
Should you have the passwords to your significant other's phone, social media, things of that nature. And then, did we have another one?
Man, I feel like I had some. Remember, I had a whole list of topics that I was like, should we talk about these today? What are some other ones?
But yeah, let us know in the comments too. Any topics that you guys have for us or that you want to discuss. I'm trying to think. I don't remember the full list. Banking, especially banking.
Yeah. Only thing was like the birds and the bees conversation.
With the children?
Yeah, how did it go for us, and how do you think you handle that with your future kids or anything like that? I had that one, but that was about it.
Yes, so we didn't talk about that.
We were. Oh, okay. So
I thought
that's going to be one then.
Okay, so yeah, so friends of the opposite sex, passwords. And then maybe one more. And then mommy says yes, especially banking. What did I say? Oh, passwords. Maybe part of passwords.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So all passwords. Banking.
Yeah, just passwords in general. Just social having media. Access, I guess.
Yeah. So yeah. So we got 2. Is there a third?
One more. I don't know if everybody was on when we were doing this. Do you want to do one real quick? Oh, no.
We could do one.
So we're just going to... I brought these up last week, and maybe we could just do this as our third, to fill our third spot. But these cards that we have are 52 questions before marriage or moving in. We used to do them when we first started our lives. So we're going to just pull one card real quick to see if we can get a good one. For password. All right.
Okay. What will you give up or gain if you keep your birth name? Oh, we talked about this. Take your spouses combined. Okay, so no.
Not that one.
Wow, we really talked about this one. If you have children, how will you decide what their last name will be? We discussed this one. See, we're good. What reasons might there be for one or both of you to cut back on work hours or not work for money? Interesting.
Let me see.
So you can read it again.
What reasons might there be for one or both of you to cut back on work hours and not work for money? Or not work for money?
I think it would be like for children, for one. So if you don't want other people taking care of your children and you want to fully be responsible for that, then one person stays home. Also, I think maybe if a family member is sick, and you have to kind of take on the caregiver role for that person, then maybe one person wouldn't. And I guess injury, like if someone gets hurt, then obviously they can't.
Overall health too. Overall health.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, overall health, because obviously in America, average full-time job, 40 hours a week, right? But everybody's unique. And that 40 hours could be pushing people, over their limit. Or let's say they didn't have, they've been getting it handed to them 4 or 5 months in a row, maybe that 40-hour week could just do it. That'll be that break, and they can't, they're going downhill with their health. So I do think that that's actually something to always kind of just look out for,
Yeah, health is wealth. And a lot of times people slave themselves for the dollar, the almighty dollar. And then, when it comes time to retire, they have so many aches and pains. They're always in the doctor's office on medication, can't even enjoy retirement,
right?
Because they didn't take care of their health because they were working so much.
Right.
So I agree with that too.
And if you've, I also think if you've saved up the good amount of money, if you're not really happy at your job, you know, try to scale it back. You know, if you kind of in a good position, try to scale back because your happiness is important.
Yeah. Oh, Cousin Let said that too. If your spouse is in a toxic work situation for their mental health, Gabe said kids and winning the lotto. That's a good reason. Very good reason. Yeah. So those are all some good ones.
And yeah, we did. We kind of talked about it, but I guess we didn't talk about those that in depth.
Right. On why other than, you know, just kind of watching the children.
Right.
What other reasons would people stay at home and not work? Maybe taxes. I know some people like with loans and stuff and just financial reasons on how they look on paper. Some people stop working too. So,
calculations.
Yeah. All right, guys. We've been on here for an hour and a half.
Right.
Try not to let it go too long.
Yeah, we want y'all to enjoy our night.
Yeah.
Especially out here in Arizona. It is still light outside. So if you could get, you know, a little sun if you want. Yeah, and it just feels good to still be able to have a good conversation and at an hour and a half, keep it juicy for next week.
Yeah, so you guys know 2 of our topics, and then we may do one from the cards next week for the 3rd.
So we got opposite sex, friends of the opposite sex, and passwords.
Yes, and then a mystery question.
Yep.
All right, love you guys. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yes,
and
thank
we'll
you.
See you next week.
Deuces, people.